Keep it real and be yourself. Let's get into this video. Now you might hear traffic because I got a new little location, you know what I'm saying? We switching it up, but let's get into the point. So today I've realized something, and I've realized something about free will and the ability to do what you want, right? Most people think, and I was one of these people that thinks that they can do whatever they want. If I want to punch somebody, I can. If I want to talk in a certain way, I can. If I want to become professional in the sport, I can. If I want to get that job, I can. And you can do whatever you want. But free will has a deeper meaning, and it has a deeper layer to it that I didn't really understand until today, and I'm going to talk about it. So the concept of free will is the ability to pretty much do whatever you want. That's what I've understood, at no matter what the circumstance is. So like I said before, if you want to go professional, you can go professional. If you want to get a job, you can get a job. But the reason why most people do not have free will is not because most people don't want things. Everybody wants something. But it's the extent that they'll do, the things that they'll do in order to get what they want, most people will not do. Like if you want to go pro, or like if you want to get that job, the things that you have to sacrifice to get those things in the long run, most people will not do. And I really thought at one point, I was like, well, most people can do it, they just choose not to do it. It's like you can never force somebody to make a good decision. They will have to go through an experience to really learn. That's how most people learn. If I tell you, hey man, if you shoot a little bit more to your left, you'll score every single time. Most people, you know what I'm saying? If you got an ego of doom, you're not finna listen. You're finna keep shooting, keep being like my way or the highway. Keep thinking, I know best because I've experienced my whole entire life and I don't need to take any advice, or I think this is the right way that's gonna lead me to where I wanna go to. And that can be someone's downfall. Like literally that one piece of advice that they listen to could have changed up the whole game. They could have made so many more, they could have made so much more progress if they just listened. If they just were able to take in their experiences and allow other people to add on to, you know what I'm saying, their life or their success. But I do understand that you shouldn't listen to everybody, right? Not everybody knows what you want, and not everybody has the same intentions or the same care in what you want to get. Like, no one cares as much as you, but some people will. Some people will, if you do tell them, they will care enough. Like maybe your parents or maybe your best friend that you can tell this information to. But usually it's not that many people. Usually it's like one or two, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you have your ones and twos that are gonna help you make that bridge to whatever success you want in your life, right? And yeah, it's the main thing that I wanted to say. If I wanted to say anything else about free will, I would probably want to say that you should always go for what you want and have it defined. Define exactly what you want, so then you're never cautious or you're never doubting yourself on what you need to do. If I know where I want to go, I know then I can learn what I need to do to get to that spot, how much time that I need to put in, how old do I want to get what I want to get, you know, all the little details. And once you fill out that whole resume, then you just get to work. And sometimes you got to learn more about yourself. Sometimes you got to learn more about the world. Sometimes you got to learn more about what you're trying to get into and the people that are in whatever field you're trying to get into. And I think the beauty of it all is if you truly give it everything you have, the person that you will become on the journey will literally lead you to your happiness. Like, I think that, no, I don't think, I know that when you live an intentional life, a purposeful life, your life will be better. Like, flat out, simple, like literally simple enough. If you live a purposeful life, you will have a better life, period. And that's mostly because the things that you're doing will have meaning. If the things that you are doing have meaning, that means they're more memorable, and they'll connect to you, and they'll have a bigger impact. And if most people don't live meaningful lives or don't have meaningful moments in their lives will just zoom. They coast through their life, and day after day after day, they have nothing to remember. So that's why life goes by so quickly, because you don't do enough that you care about. Not necessarily the next man or your sister, your brother, your friend, what they care about, but what you care about. And to know what you care about, you have to understand you and know yourself. And a lot of people don't know themselves. And I don't even know myself entirely. I'm still learning. But that's the whole point. That's the whole process. And that whole process, you get closer and closer and closer. And at some point, I think, because I don't know this 100%, that once you learn so much about yourself, you can start to now build on yourself. You start to reach that layer where it's like, damn, I know how I act. I know how I think. And I use those as tools. They aren't hindering my performance anymore. I use them as tools in certain situations to, get the result that I want. Unless I can get more results that I want, how can I not be a happier person? I get what I want. And it took a lot to get to that point. But at the end of the day, I'm somebody more capable. And if you can get what you want in life, then will you really have, is that a life you don't, that's a life that at least I would think most people would want to live. A life where you can get what you want. Not instantly, but you can know the path. You're not confused about it. You know, okay, if I want this, I gotta do A, B, and C. And you have the tools because you know yourself and you know the path. Or not know the path, but know yourself enough where you can even create the path, find the path, ask about the path, and just make it simpler, easier. It'll still be hard, but you're not as confused. Your confusion is now determination, because you know you're more knowledgeable, you have more awareness, and now you know where to put that next foot, and the next foot, and the next foot, until you start crawling to a walk, to a sprint, and a marathon. And once you're at the end of the marathon, you get what you want, and now you're on to the next. So I just want you to remember, always remember to don't just be, stay optimistic. Have a great day. Peace.